but I'm now very happy to invite Maria Brown to speak. Maria has been a part of the European Earth Building Network. She's also been a part of the South American Proterra network, and she spends a good deal of her time living and working in Africa. And we have been trying to think about how to seed networks in Africa, in local networks, and then thinking about national networks with a view to getting some national networks that can then cooperate amongst themselves, much in the way that we are trying to do in Europe. So Maria has a lot of experience in all of these networking mechanisms. And good morning, Maria. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning. Good morning. Wait,
Maria's talking to you from Senegal.
Yes, and my connection was stopped 5 minutes ago. So I hope. Wait, I don't want this. Can you see me?
I can see you, Maria, and I'm going to get off the stage now and leave you to it.
Okay. Sharing the screen. So okay. Hello, everyone. Yes, I am connecting from Senegal. Thank you before everything to Ebokai for this opportunity to share some little things with you. And unfortunately, I couldn't complete this presentation, that I was very, very interested in it. And I tried to follow a little bit what she was saying when my connection fell. So I was invited to talk about networking beyond Europe. I live in Africa. I work in Africa. I am Latin American. I belong to Proterra network since the beginning of it in 2006. And as the time is very short, instead of trying to speak about everything very little bit, I thought that it was better to focus on the Proterra network. It was Latin American, Ibero-American network, which involves Spain, Portugal, and all the Portuguese and Spanish-speaking countries in America. And focus there because why? Because they are, we are, I may say also, quite ahead in time and in organization as well. Doesn't mean they are better or the organizations are the kind of thing we need to do. No, but I would try not to make give my own point of view, only present the situation, and then we will have time to exchange and people to say, does it work for us or not? As Lydie says, what do we want? What do we want in the European network? So let's see if I can share the screen right away. And let's see.
Help, Maria, do you remember how to do it?
No.
You see the icon with the red line through it at the bottom?
Yes, that is the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, click that one.
Yes, that's it. Share. And then I have to touch the screen, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fake screen. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then blue share button.
That's it. Yes. I remember from the rehearsal. Okay, wait, please. It's coming.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, we can see that perfect.
Can everyone see? Okay, excellent. Yeah. So long-lasting and robust Earth building networks. What is the secret of their success? We will see. I don't know if that is the secret of their success or not, but I think so. And okay, this is an event to share. It's symposium, as Lydie said in an email. It's about exchange and quite relaxed chat, not about presentations in the familiar style, more formal. So that's it. Let's open the non-formal talk after this, please. So we will talk about Proterra. Proterra is the network I explained about for Ibero-America speakers and specialists, and it was founded in 2006. It's not a legal entity, although it has statutes and regulations, and there's a general coordinator, an advisory council, and a scientific council elected in assembly. There's no financial support. It's an important point. All tasks are voluntary. Events are supported by external sponsors brought by the different members and their own connections in their own countries. The board of direction works ad honorem. No fees, no employees, no membership fees either. It's a closed network. It's not open like the European one. So candidates apply formally by means of a cover letter and your CV showing your Ibero-American professional experience, among other that you might have, and a presenting partner who is already in. And then there's a collective approval required, and then you're in. The collective communication, which is a point for the Earth Building Europe network, is via web. It's very easy. It's an old-fashioned way of communication, but it works very well. We have changed many times, and from Yahoo to whatever, and now it's Google Groups Mail. We are all in. There's a password, and then you receive the emails in your own mail if you want, or separately, and the groupal exchange and the individual exchange is made there. And there's no moderator, because it's understood that if we are 122 people, we know that we only have to talk about Earth building there. These lines that I have added here begin to show a little bit what I want to make evident. It's participation in a group, and what kind of participation is very important to keep it alive and to make it grow. It's not about sitting and listening to what the others say to see what I can pick from there. No, it's okay, you are in, what are you bringing to us and what we are giving to you. So the participation in assemblies is expected from the members to remain in the network. There's a long regulations about that, and the regular communication is expected as well from members. So if you don't answer or say anything for a year or so, someone will call and say, what is happening? Are you having trouble? Are you still active? Are you still interested? There's a follow-up of members regarding their participation. So Proterra began, I don't remember exactly, but I think there were about 50 people. Now there are 122 members and 23 countries involved, and 19 SIACOT, which is something I will talk about after, which is a star event of Proterra, an international conference, already 19 editions. The 20th was about to be this year, and it has been postponed for next year. Another important point Roland talked a little bit about in the beginning, it's about national networking. Proterra began alone. No national networks existed in that moment in 2006. Only this group of people gathered from Spain, Portugal, and Latin America, from many, many countries. So as Proterra grew bigger and more powerful, there was this kind of infiltration strategy from Ibero-American down to local levels. And Proterra decided that encouraging the creation and consolidation of national networks was very, very important to enhance common activities and also bring a lot of knowledge that we were not getting to from multidisciplinary local teams, etc. So this happened. That way. So along the years, there was Terra Brazil, Proterra Argentina, Proterra Chile, and Proterra Central America, the last one to be created, and working together between them and with Proterra and with other networks. And we may say that this support was possible thanks to the itinerant dimension of Proterra's most important event, which is the SIACOT. Here we, in the dialogue we will have afterwards, I think it's important to see how, in this case, for the Latin American, Ibero-American way of interacting, the presence, the physical presence, and the presentation of articles and discussions in the SIACOT has been essential to strengthen that national possibilities. It came from up to the national. What is a SIACOT? It's a Spanish and Portuguese acronym for Ibero-American Seminar on Earth Building. It's a conference that was held once a year since 3 or 4 years ago, and then now it's twice a year. No, it's once every second year. And the main subjects of the conference and the papers presented, papers, posters, etc., are architecture and technology. Of course, everything is on earth building, but as well, and very important, heritage conservation, knowledge transfer, rescue of vernacular know-how, social dimensions beyond housing and public infrastructure, and strategies for formal and non-formal training and earth building. All those topics are part of the categories when you present your paper and it goes into scientific review. Each SIACOT addresses specific topics distinctive to the host country. It means that the situation in Uruguay and in Costa Rica are absolutely not the same. It's not the same in Spain as in Brazil. So the specific topics in this way become visible to the rest of the group, which has been an enormous richness for the whole group. Countries are dealing with different problems and different situations, good situations as well, and the way of putting them into light is this moving the conference every year to a different place, and making through visits and through the intervention of local people in a great proportion. It's the Proterra people is there, coming from around, but also there are lots of local people, and that brings into light things that were in the dark, like the key that was shown before. So, for example, in Uruguay, I only put some examples because we have had 19 SIACOTs. You can see the places. So, for example, in Uruguay, the contemporary architecture and housing cooperatives were brought into light, and that brought an important discussion. In Mexico, pedagogical strategies for dissemination that were not addressed correctly before. In Peru, non-intrusive techniques for post-seismic reinforcement. In Chile, social awareness about heritage. That the Chile SIACOT brought, because of all this heavy accent on this point, led to the creation of Proterra Chile after that event, which is very helpful national network. In El Salvador, actions in seismic zones, which led to Proterra Central America. First discussions were during that SIACOT. In Ecuador, prevented conservation in UNESCO heritage sites. In this kind of country, of course. Paraguay, native know-how in rural and urban environments, how to push the native know-how better, a better strategy for putting it into light in the national level, and also it brought the subject to every country working on that. So again, you can see that the contributions from some SIACOTs with articles, posters, etc., and in present if possible, is expected from members to remain in the network. You cannot go personally. Also, the fact that it moves makes it easier for some people to go to their neighboring country when it happens next to you. Some members belong to strong structures, and they can deal with the costs of this. It's an investment really, because you know the size of Latin America. To go from Argentina to Mexico is not nearby. But it works. Some of the people find the support, and some don't, and do it on their own because they want to, or there are many creative ways that people have been developing to join here and there. In my case, I join every 2 or 3 years, sometimes in general under STEPA, my association umbrella, and or if not, invited directly by the hosting institution. Beyond the SIACOTs, that was the first thing to happen. We have also quarterly newsletters from the beginning, almost 70 already. Every 3 months we have a newsletter. That was a short one in the beginning, and it has also evolved with time, and it's improved also as well in content, how to deal with it, what to write, how to do it, and we never missed this newsletter. Also, again, publishing the new news at least once a year is expected from us members. There are different kinds of articles, short news and longer articles. Sometimes the articles are the seed to future more developed articles. They go to the SIACOT, to the next SIACOT to come. So it's a very, very important tool that keeps us informed about what is going to happen, and exchange as well once we read the content. As you see, it begins here. It was only 3 or 4 pages, I think. It's like this. There's a changing in the format, etc. Here, now it's like a magazine. Proterra has also published, with all the scientific background that it has published in Spanish and Portuguese many books that are available, technical, didactical, information in general, dissemination, etc. There's a group.
Okay,
also.
Maria. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I've got to jump in. Time is slipping.
Yes,
we have a question.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. There's a glossary also that has been developed. Oh, okay. Glossary about terms. We ought to know. The Friday talks that came with the COVID. Every Friday or every second Friday, someone in the group speaks for the rest of people, and it's recorded for people to see it after. And different activities that are happening now by groups, interlaborative program. The important point here, I want to make a point on it, is in the interlaboratory Adobe compressive strength test led to the assessment protocol that was adopted in Brazil's Adobe standard. So it was Proterra bringing the material that developed into Brazil's Adobe standard, which is now active. Regulatory frameworks about norms and regulations, comparison, etc. Ibero-American Atlas and Heritage Conservation Publication. These are different groups working on these things. So for finishing, due to the impact of its activities, Proterra has transcended the Ibero-American sphere and recognized internationally from 2012. What my conclusion, without giving my own opinion, is the remarkable number of results with the minimal financial resources. And after 15 years, the success is mainly due to the high qualification and interest of a team of professionals and the work in an horizontal organization without professional qualification hierarchies. And all members collaborate and learn. And the innovative ideas of the youngers, the experience of the veterans, and the working condition challenges push everyone to reflect, discuss, and develop solutions. With his or her participation, each member contributes to the exchange, which stimulates a deeper richness in the group's awareness and knowledge, in the evolution of the research, and in their activities. His and her riches, but also the others. This is the point, and I agree with Lydie. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. So, I mean, absolutely phenomenal work in South America, and something that we need to also reflect on. The structure of the organizations that we choose to create or join, the money. I mean, it's obviously it's always a big question, is the money.